I'm going to take out a few minutes and address the media with 4 or 5 questions. We had a great introductory press conference. I appreciate everybody that's a part of the media. Thank y'all for welcoming me to Clipper Nation. The first question that we do have is to Quay White. He says, there are a lot of questions surrounding Kawhi and Harden's play and health in the later stages of the season and into the postseason. Do you see this as a cause for concern to try and make a move early in the season, or are you planning to stand pat behind the play of these two future Hall of Famers unless an offer you can't refuse comes to the table? Now, one thing I will say, we're in that time of the offseason where rumors are flying everywhere. You're going to see trade rumors all over the place. Regardless of all of that, the only thing that I can say and guarantee is no matter what we do as a team, whether it's now, in a few months, trade deadline, offseason, draft, whatever, we, in the current situation that we're in, gain nothing by losing games. So for the media, for the players and organization, for the fan base, they all can count on us by trying to win each and every night we go out there and play. There has been other situations you see around the league where teams own their future. They own all of their draft capital, so it makes sense for them to tank or, rest guys to, get an extra couple losses. We are not in that situation. We are a team that just doesn't own our draft capital. You guys know the trade history. You guys know the trades. The Oklahoma City Thunder have our first round pick. So, with that being said, it just doesn't make sense for us to lose any games. Now, with James Harden and Kawhi specifically, one thing I think that gets a lot of people in trouble when it comes to the NBA season and basketball, and history has shown us this, the season is very unpredictable. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen on our team. I don't know what's going to happen around the league, whether that's trades, injuries, all type of things happen in the NBA season. So for us, it's not about trying to project. It's not about us trying to predict, but much rather just taking our time and seeing where the season takes us. You know what I mean? We have some talent on this roster. And, I think that we're one of those teams in the league right now, across the entire league, where it's hard to put your finger on exactly where we stand. I don't think anybody is looking at us and calling us the best team in the NBA on paper, especially when you see what the Boston Celtics were just able to accomplish last year. But I don't think anybody else is calling us the worst team in the league either. We're kind of a hard team to kind of put your finger on, like I said. So we're going to figure out exactly who we are, and we're going to go through our schedule, play our games, and we're going to assess us every week, every month, and we'll move on from there. But as far as what's going to happen, what could potentially happen, again, I just think that right now is just not a good time to try to predict or project when we have enough time to figure all of that out. The next question that we have is from Garrett. He says, with the trade rumors of Kawhi Leonard in the air, what would this mean for playoff hopes? This is a roster full of vets and a James Harden that isn't getting younger. All of the players in trade rumors are younger talents. So where does this team identity lie when it's solidified? Again, I'm going to continue to reiterate it. We don't own our future when you talk about draft capital. So it gives us no benefit to lose games, regardless of whatever move is made now, future, next offseason, draft, whatever. Our intention is going to be to win as many games as possible. You've seen history, throughout the course of the NBA. There's been teams who have tanked, who has lost as many games as possible to get high draft picks because they own their picks. We, because of the previous era, making a big trade that I don't think anybody would have passed on, we just aren't in that situation. So luckily for us, the fans and anybody a part of our organization, we get to come in every day and try to win basketball games, which I think is always the objective. I think it's a little hard and tough when you're an organization, you have fans and you have players to go out there and quote unquote tank and try to lose. It's hard for morale. So I think fortunately for us, the benefit is that we get to come in here and try to win basketball games, and our fans can, believe that we're going to do our best. Now, again, we are going to make the proper moves and pivots to put us in the best situation to win at the ultimate level. But you can count on us to go out there and try to put out the best product on it each and every given night, instead of seeing, BS on the floor and trying to quote unquote tank. So that's the best way that I can answer that with, respect to everybody else around the league. The next question comes from Brian Guzman. He says, do you not feel a sense of loyalty to Kawhi? He's the first major superstar to willingly choose to go to your franchise, and due to injury hasn't been able to deliver on the goal of a championship. He seems like he wants to stay home with you. Any comments? Yeah. You got to understand the trade rumors are coming from media. It isn't like we have legitimately said Kawhi Leonard is on a trade block. I think there's a lot of mixture of things going on. We're just in that time of the season where rumors are starting to kick up. And I think fans and media personnel are smart. They look at the situation around the league. A lot of history repeats itself in the NBA. When you have a star like Kawhi Leonard and you're not a favorite to win a championship, teams are going to look around and say, I wonder if that guy is available. That's just what the history of the game has been. And so it's up to us to either figure out how to put this roster in contention level and how to make moves, or it's up to us to accept the fact that we may not be there depending on how the season goes, and then those conversations will even amplify higher. So yeah, we do feel a sense of loyalty to Kawhi Leonard, because if we didn't, I think we probably would have been blown it up. So we're just going to take it one game at a time. We're going to allow him to come off of his knee injury and procedure slowly. So Kawhi Leonard is going to be capped out at 30 minutes per game. That's going to be our max for him to start the season, and we'll increase as we go. I know a lot of people probably feel like that isn't, crazy minute management. Normally you hear restricted minutes and it's about 20 minutes or 15 minutes or 25. We're going to start with 30 because he's had time to rest, but we just don't want to put too much mileage and pressure on that knee early. So it's going to be capped at 30. Kawhi Leonard essentially is a guy in his career who you could see playing 35 minutes a night, some nights 38, 39, depending on what's going on. But we want to just take things slow. But ultimately, we not only express loyalty to Kawhi, not only because he's from here and wanted to come here, but every player on our roster, there's a set of loyalty. This is a business at the end of the day, and players are going to do what's best for them. When it's time to negotiate contracts, when it's time to test free agency, if there's a better team or better situation out there for a player, they're going to choose what's best for them, and I would encourage every player to do that. And then on the flip side, the organization and myself, we have to use the same type of thinking. It's never personal, and it's always about trying to accomplish the goal. The players want to get the biggest contracts and endorsements, and they want to win. And then ultimately we want to win and set our franchise and fan base up in a situation where we can capitalize off of each other, right? Fans want to support a winner, and we want to put out a winner. And once that happens, it's all one big fluid, happy family where fans are coming out every night. They're packing the arena. They're wearing the merchandise. We're putting up billboards around the city. We're raising up the money, spending more money on the market. It's all one big happy family. But yes, we are not only loyal to Kawhi Leonard, but every player on our roster in the loyalty manner, besides the business that comes with the NBA. That's all the time that I have for y'all. I appreciate y'all going forward. We're going to, I answered as many Kawhi related questions to now simmer that down. Let's go into the season. Kawhi Leonard is a Clipper as of today. And for the foreseeable future, he has 3 years left on his Clipper contract. So I want to ask the media that we continue to treat Kawhi Leonard as a Clipper, and everybody else on this roster as a Clipper until anything else goes on. So appreciate y'all, and that's a wrap. All right, y'all, here we go. We're at the start of the season. We'll go over a quick couple things. We are going to simcast some games, jump in. I want to get a feel for our roster and some guys, because we have a lot of deserving players that need minutes. So the first thing I'll show y'all is the game plan and rotation. Right now, James Harden is going to be starting point guard. We're deciding to go to Terrence Mann at the shooting guard position. I think this is going to be a tryout position. Terrence Mann has a seniority to get this position. He's done well over the previous years, but I will have an open mind with this selection at shooting guard. I think Kevin Porter Jr. is a great off the bench type of player that you would want, but because we now have KPJ, can Norman Powell be a starter? Do we want to move guys up? It's just a bunch of different ways that we can do this. Amir Coffey, I want to see what we have with him as a starter. He did real good last year in some of those games where he had to step in. But ultimately, right now, the odd man out is Bones Highland. It's nothing against Bones. It's just that's the way we're going. I like the defense that Chris Dunn give us, and I like the versatility. So, again, we are trying things out. Nothing is committed. We're not saying he's out of the rotation for the foreseeable future. We're just starting the year this way, and we're going to check in and update ourselves over these first few games, and every week we'll review, and then every month we'll look into it and we'll see what's the best combination of players. I did say in the post game and the press conference interviews, Kawhi Leonard, we're setting him at 30. Granted, there's no way for me to put in that he had surgery like in real life, but I'm going to project that maybe Kawhi Leonard will be ready to play open tonight. They don't have a timeline in real life right now as I do this, and I'm trying to correlate the timeline. So I'm just going to have him at 30 minutes. That was my route anyway. We want to make sure that we have Kawhi Leonard playing basketball and healthy, so that if we do have to make a pivot, we don't have to worry about telling the team, trade for Kawhi after he just missed the playoffs and then had a procedure in the offseason and also started the season off hurt. Trade for him. You know what I mean? One of our selling points has to be, hey, if you allow Kawhi Leonard to rest, you put him in a situation where he's not the clear-cut number one and the best perimeter defender, you could preserve Kawhi and have him there in the playoffs on a nice team. You know what I mean? If you're the Grizzlies, the Warriors, all these different teams that we talked about yesterday, you know what I mean? We could have something. So that's how we're looking right now. We're also very thin at the center. I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm not doing it. This is not me as a GM talking in a press conference publicly about my players, but I'm not that big of a fan of Mo Bamba. You get what I'm saying? Like, I understand the appeal with a 79-3, but, what Zubac gives us, it's like when he's going to be off the floor, I would love to have somebody that's going to be replacing it. The 93 block is always good. The rebounding is kind of The strength I know is low. So you look at somebody like Zubac, his offensive rebounding should be night and day, right? His offensive rebounding is, 84. So I would love to have somebody that could, come in and hit the glass, 80 strength, 75 vertical. He's going to be a force on that glass. So I kind of like that, you know what I mean? And I would love to have somebody behind him that's going to hit the glass with that same type of, effort and force. So we will see. One of the other things that I'll show y'all before we dive into these games is the mentorship program. So 2K had these set up for me already, a few of these. James Harden and Kevin Porter Jr., both Arizona State alumni, lefty guards. So that's, no, they're not Arizona State alumni. I'm sorry. James Harden is Arizona State. Kevin Porter Jr. is USC. Both Pac-12, Pac-10 alumni. Well, former, because, all of these conferences are getting mixed up. Norman Powell is going to spend some time with Bones Highland. And then I have Batum with Kobe Brown. And then we have Kawhi Leonard locking in with Cam Christie. Not to say that Cam Christie is going to be anything of a player like Kawhi Leonard, but we have our best player with our youngest player. And I just think that made too much sense. Learn some things. Kawhi is taking them under his wing. And we're going to hope to find some opportunity for Cam Christie this year. As the season progresses, because we think that there is something there with him. We want to prioritize some of that younger talent that we do have. So those are that. You look at our schedule, we have a tough start. We're starting off with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal with a new Budenholzer offense. We then go to Denver with the high altitude and have to play against Jokic. Then we go right there in San Francisco and got to take a look at the Warriors. And then we get the Blazers, but then it goes back to the Suns, OKC, Victor Wembanyama, and Embiid. It's going to be a tough start to the year. We're going to be tested out of the gate. So, first game of the season, it is a home game. New arena vibes. We're going to jump in. We're going to try to jump into a lot of these games if there's a reason being for it. Right now, we got such a big lead. I don't think we're going to need to jump in as long as we hold that lead. They're trying to creep back. We've allowed them to creep back into the game. They've taken the lead. Oh, man. I think this is a good place to jump in at, y'all. 5 minutes left. 104-104. Home opener. All right, here we go. 104-104. Debut home opener. Trying to get that win. Did we get a charge? Charge and foul. That's number 5 on book. Number 5 on book. Let's check in to see how the game is going. Y'all know I love that. Kawhi Leonard got 6 turnovers. He's played 30 minutes, but he got 37 points, y'all. 12 of 20, 6 of 10, 7 of 7, 0 fouls. we're off to a great start in showing why Kawhi Leonard still should be perceived as Kawhi Leonard. Harden, only 5 shots, 11, 7, and 10. Kevin Porter Jr. giving us 10. So a nice little all-around effort from everybody. Amir Coffey, 8 rebounds from Obamba. That's what I want to see. He's out rebounding Zubac, who is in foul trouble, I'm guessing. Yes, he's fouled out in 20 minutes. So that's still a thing on 2K, fouling out. Okay. Durant is efficient. Booker is kind of struggling. All right. Let's pull this game out. I didn't realize Kawhi Leonard was playing as great as he was. Oh, yeah. What a play call. What a play call. 39. 39 for him. 39 for him. Any of my new viewers, I always guard with who scored the last bucket or took the last shot attempt. So this whole possession, we're just using Kawhi. You see how Terrence Mann didn't switch? Terrence Mann need his ass put. Get back, get back. Stay solid, Y. Stay solid, Y. Stay solid, Y. Good defense, Kawhi. That's a good bucket, Nurkic. 106, 106. Got to get some more fluidity offensively. Come on, y'all. Come on. Yeah, Kawhi. Get through Harden. That's a big shot, Book. That's a big shot. His first 3 of the game. That's a big shot. James Harden, we need you. We need you defensively. We need you defensively. Oh, KD. KD, you set your teammate up. KD going for the steal. You set your teammate up going for the steal. Now Nurkic on the poster. Put him in a cough. Derrick Jones Jr. is fouled out too. Wow. Okay. I want to put Batum in then. We're going to put Batum in. I want a little bit more size. Terrence Mann is a little small. I'm liking the vibes right now, man. Look at his headband D-Book got on. I'm liking the vibes. The court look nice. Kawhi Leonard got 39 points. James Harden almost got a triple-double. I don't like the fouling out at all, but this would be a nice home opener win for us. We're going right back to Kawhi. Just let him rock out. Just let him rock out. Good shot. Come on, you take ball. You got ball.
Thanks, David. Now here's Booker.
Yeah, 41. Excuse me. I thought it was still 39. 41. Good defense. Good defense. Help on the glass.
Good on the triple. And the Suns lead by 6.
Norman Powell, brother. Norman Powell. You.
Durant against Leonard.
And one. Kawhi Leonard. And one. Looking like the old Kawhi.
No hesitation, and in a huge moment, Kawhi wants the ball.
Free throw, boy.
Out that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals.
We should have switched that. That's what he missed.
And there's been another bonus to what's happened with them tonight, and that's the offensive rebounding. Boxing out, getting up extra shots. That could be a difference maker in the result.
Now here's Leonard. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go.
I didn't want to shoot that. I didn't want to shoot that. Good. I got ball. Help me, Bamba. Watch that cut, James. Help me. No way. It's Kevin Durant. Yes, wait. 5-point game. Come on, y'all. We ain't coming this far just to come this far. Shout out to Kim K. We ain't coming this far to come this far. Oh, yeah. There you go, Harden. There you go, Harden. There you go, Harden. There you go. Help him, Mo. Help him, Mo. Good D, Mo. Help him, Mo. Help him, Mo. Good D team. Go rebound, Mo. Go. Let's go.
Leonard with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. Bamba dishes the ball. Pass to Leonard.
Too small, Y.
Kawhi. Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him.
Somebody stop ball.
That shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time he hits it.
Oh, that's a big miss. Why?
KD and get out of the way.
Come on, we gotta play fast. No foul? No foul? Oh, man, 2K. What a foul at, bro. Where's the foul? We need that foul. Come on.
Now here's Allen.
Help him, Norman Powell. Norman Powell not going to play a lot of minutes, man. Norman Powell's not going to play a lot of minutes for me. Norman Powell won't play a lot of minutes for me.
They're in total command of this game.
He won't play a lot of minutes for me.
Starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle.
We just wasted an epic Kawhi Leonard performance, man. This is why the rumors say Kawhi trade, man. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. Tough loss. Kawhi carried us as far as he could. The foul outs is ridiculous. Don't look like anybody on the Suns fouled out. Nobody important for the Suns fouled out, apparently. Or maybe Tyus Jones, their starting point guard, had 5 fouls, 6 fouls or something. Yeah, nobody fouled out. But we had 2 starters fouled out for us. I feel like we got Derrick Jones Jr. out there. I feel like we're in a much better position. We have at least Zubac out there. We'd be in a better position. Kawhi ended up playing how many minutes? 35 minutes, 5 minutes over the restriction. So that's fine. Can you fault him? 44 points to start the season. He's probably one of the leading scorers, if not the leading scorer in the NBA. We got to figure out. We got a lot of bodies, right? But at the same time, when it came down to the crunch time, I didn't see too many guys I felt reliable enough to play. I mean, shout out to Norman Powell. It seemed like at some point in the game he was making some shots. 29 points on 11 and 13 shooting is brilliance. But on the defensive side of the basketball, down the stretch, he was the most unreliable guy on the floor. Even more than James Harden. That, to me, is just unacceptable. And Terrence Mann is not going to give us 29 points, but maybe when it comes to those times where I feel like I need stops, maybe we have to trust Terrence Mann more. These is what the first 5 to 10 games is really about to be about. Who can I trust to give us something? Who can I trust to give us something? Chris Dunn, 3 turnovers in 15 minutes with no points, no shot attempts, and 2 assists won't be acceptable. I cannot have a backup point guard who is turning the ball over more than he's assisting. James Harden out there with 13-1 turnover ratio and crazy. It's crazy. But early in the season, we move on. Mitchell Robinson declined. We good. We're declining that trade. We do want to look at what's going on with the Nuggets. They just lost game 1 as well. We're on the road. I would love to come back and show that we can compete with these teams. We're off to another great start. One of the issues that I had in the last game was that we gave up the lead after having such a big start. And it looks like this is a game we won't have to jump into. Oh, nope. We're letting them come back. Look at that. 4-point game. 4-point game. Got to jump in just to be sure. 36-18 run in the 4th quarter. This is horrendous basketball. We have a lineup out here, y'all. Look at the lineup, y'all. I'm going to do instant replay so y'all can get a clear-cut view of the court. We have a lineup that's Chris Dunn, James Harden, Norman Powell, Kevin Porter Jr., and Zubac. So you're telling me that Derrick Jones Jr. fouled out again and Kawhi potentially fouled out. No, Derrick Jones Jr. just not playing well, and Kawhi Leonard is 6 of 14, 0 of 4 in 31 minutes. So he's not having the same performance. Jokic is on triple-double alert. I respect it.
Harden against Westbrook. Pass to Powell.
KPJ, you got to make that. Yes, sir.
From three-point land.
That might be ball game. That should be ball game. Get one stop, and we can be done. I love the coaching though. Ty Lue. Kawhi came out and gave us 44. Today he has 14. High altitude. Give him some rest. Look like we got the game figured out. Yep. Get him some rest. James Harden, 18 and 12. James Harden may not be MVP Harden, giving you a month of 45 points per game scoring, but he's steady. He's steady. When you talk about facilitating the game, he is steady. 18 and 12 after a near triple-double in the first game. He's out here to close this lineup, to close this game out with these young guys, and we were able to pull it off. This is a big win for us. For us to lose on a Kawhi Leonard 40-point performance and then win on a Kawhi Leonard 14-point performance, I think speaks volumes to the type of team that we have. So That's a very, very significant, encouraging win. Shout out to James Harden for holding down the ship. We got to just continue to put Harden in position where he's going to be able to facilitate. Norman Powell, another high-scoring game, 1 of 6 from 3. We just wasn't shooting the 3 well. 3 of 3 for Porter. Amir Coffey, 7 points. Okay, how did Dunn do? Chris Dunn, 0 of 2 today. Mo Bamba, 3 and 7. Zubac, who didn't foul out tonight, 16 and 9. Derrick Jones Jr. Derrick Jones Jr. Tough start to the season for Derrick Jones Jr. Really tough start for the season. T. Lue don't even feel comfortable closing the game out with him. Now we in Golden State on a back-to-back. Early lead again. I'm loving it. Let's try to maintain this lead. We're losing the third quarter. Let's win this fourth quarter and not let them go on a crazy run like we did last game. Yes, that's a good win. 12-point win. Hey, we rolling, y'all. We rolling. James Harden again, man. 29 and 9 for James Harden. 11 of 19 shooting. James Harden is being phenomenal right now. Kawhi Leonard, after that first game, seems to have come down to life just a tad bit. 29 minutes again, which we love. The first game we played over that max. Last 2 games, we've gotten him at around 30 minutes. 16 points, 6 of 15. This is now back-to-back games where he shot just about as many shots as points he's had. So 1 of 7 from 3. Terrence Mann had a nice performance. Kevin Porter Jr. gives us 20. Looks like Norman Powell comes kind of back down to reality. Chris Dunn is now hurt. We'll check in on that injury. And maybe this is Bones Highland's time to thrive. So simulate. He has a sore back. We'll be back at the crib. 2-1 start. I would love to have a 3-1 start. Almost a 4-0 start. That would be crazy. But James Harden has been phenomenal. This is a young Portland Trailblazers team, so I would love to see us handle business, and Kawhi can just kind of chill out this game. It's one of the games where I actually should have maybe thought about sitting him and resting him. But because he's been struggling, maybe he gets his mojo back. Again, you can tell by the title right there from the news. The Clippers roll over the Trailblazers 131 to 112. The Beard Stars. So James Harden, 29 and 9 with 1 turnover, again phenomenal. Kawhi Leonard 24, 5 and 7, 3 steals, 10 of 21. Much better shooting. He still fouled out though. I hate this fouling out in the sim stuff. Zubac 17 and 10, 3 steals, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Really good game for him. Kevin Porter Jr. 17 points. Bones Highland in his debut, 50% from the field. No turnovers, 13 and 4. Derrick Jones Jr. I think that's his season high with 10 points. Mo Bamba 8 and 5. So yeah, man. Really good win. Let's see how we fare against the Suns. The Suns coming out hot. We easing our way back into the game. Retake the lead going into the half. We got to win this third quarter or come out guns blazing fourth quarter. They got us. All right, so the Suns have our number. They have our number. Kawhi Leonard, solid performance. This is probably the first Harden performance that isn't great. 30% from the field. Still 12 assists, 1 turnover. He may lead the league in assists this year. Derrick Jones Jr. with a season high. Norman Powell, 17, 20 from Kevin Porter Jr. So Kevin Porter Jr. is kind of settling into that 6-man role for us. Bones Highlands with another 10 and 2. We just need some production from the wing type thing, power forward spot when Kawhi Leonard is off the floor, because right now it's Batum or Derrick Jones Jr. So not bad. The Suns seem to be a really good team. They're 3-2. Oh no, they're 3-2. We're 3-2. They just have our number right now. Man, I really should have considered sitting Kawhi against the Blazers, but here we go. 5-0. The Thunder. 5-0. We're at home. Let's see. We coming out. We start games really well. I like that about our team, but they're kicking our ass now. They're looking like the much better team, and they own our future basically. So that's our first ass whooping. Maybe it is by more than 20 points, 24-point win or something like that. They defended us really well. 3 of 13 for Harden. Again, we just don't have a lot of scoring. I mean, we're really relying on 2 bench pieces in Kevin Porter Jr. and Norman Powell to really be some scores alongside Kawhi and whatever Harden decides to give us from a scoring aspect. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, triple-double alert, double-double for Chet, J-Dub. They got 3 guys that went off for 20. Man. We're going to do a couple more. We're now 3-3, so this is 6 games. We'll do these last 4 with the Spurs, 76ers, Kings, and Raptors, and then we'll wrap up the episode and try to get some type of game plan. I still don't have an idea of like what the rotation should be. Nobody outside of our main guys are standing out. We got to start winning these games at home. I know that. Come on, fight back, y'all. Yeah, we allowed them to take away that game in the fourth. We are not a good fourth quarter team. 31-17. This is another fourth quarter where we just shit the bed. Kawhi Leonard, 16, 4-4, 7-13. Kevin Porter Jr., Harden, the lowest assist rate of the season. And Norman Powell decided to not really give us anything from a scoring production. Oh, man. We're now 3-4. After a really good start to the season, we're 3-4, and the tough teams are starting to really get tough on us. Great start against the 76ers. Paul George back in the building since he left. Definitely want to get this win against them, obviously. Kind of getting tight. Let me slow it down. Okay. Trying to see if they can tie it up. They tied it up. Let's jump in, y'all. 108, 122. They're winning the third quarter. We give up so many points in the third quarter. They got 38 points this quarter. Holy moly. Kawhi Leonard, 7 points, 2 of 17, 1 of 5. This is the worst game as a Clipper probably. And this is why we still have him on a minutes restriction. Joel Embiid is hurt. Joel Embiid isn't even playing tonight. Drummond is, and he's dominating the glass, 19-19, 26 for PG, 27 for Maxey. These guys came out to hoop today. For us, Powell is the leading scorer. Zubac is the leading scorer, 22-13. James Harden, 18-11. No turnovers. On the floor right now, we have Harden, Powell, Derrick Jones Jr., Kawhi, and Zubac. Low energy for everybody. And again, let me check the fouls to make sure nobody has 5 fouls or anything. Okay. Minute 22 left. Let's win this game. Come on, Clipper Nation.
Zubac, a screen on Lowry. Harden with it. George picks him up. Pass to Powell.
Holy cow, the pass.
Clippers moving the ball around to take the lead.
This offense sucks, bro. We need some creativity in this offense. I'm sorry, Tyler. The play calling is like, oh, throw the ball to Kawhi on the post. It's like, I get it, but at the same time, we need a little bit more. Kawhi guard and PG, I love it. I love it. Get through. Oh. Since when can't Kawhi get through a screen? That was just horrible, 2K. I don't understand. Like, what are we doing? Kawhi Leonard just didn't know where to go on that. Forget getting through. He was confused on what route to take. PG back on Kawhi.
Shot clock at 6. Zubac, a screen on George. And here's Leonard from 3. It's Drummond with the rebound.
That's the reality for us, y'all. That's the reality. Oh, we suck offensively, man. We suck. And Kawhi Leonard has 7 points right now. 7 points. Go, 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 go. Storm and Norman, come on. Paul George is locking shit up. Paul George is locking shit up. Norman Powell couldn't even get away. The Paul George the Clippers needed is now doing it with the Sixers. The game-winning 3 and 2 ISO defensive possessions against Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell. We can barely get a shot up. These dudes just came in here and beat us on our home floor with no Joel Embiid. What a W for Paul George to be able to say, look, look, he's smiling and shit. You're my replacement. That's what he just said to Derrick Jones Jr. You're my replacement. Okay. Another Another tough. I am going to have to go in and dive in with this rotation. Like, I'm setting lineups right now. We got to make some adjustments. The fourth quarter is the worst basketball that we play. James Harden, I'll take some minutes down for you. Norman Powell, you can't play 30 minutes. You're burnt out because you're playing 30 minutes. Same with you. These guys are burnt out. You're playing 18 minutes a game. You have no battery. Like, what are we talking about? Shout out to KPJ. He say, man, give me some more minutes. We get a day of rest, and now we got to take on the Kings on the road. Come on, man. Fight. We have no fight, man. No fight. We just lay down and we getting killed again. Just lay down. Another bad second half. At least we won that fourth quarter when it didn't matter. 18 points. Kawhi Leonard, 6 of 17. I don't know what we're going to – I don't know, man. It's going to be hard to sell people on Kawhi Leonard when he's giving you 6 of 16 shooting every other night. He had one – we should have traded him after game 1. We win this game, but we almost gave up another 30-point. Thank you, Kawhi. Let's go. Let's go. Hopefully, that's the game to get Kawhi back on track, man. We're 4-6 in the first 10 games. Hopefully, that game will get Kawhi Leonard back on track. I'm going to have to go in here and rebuild this entire rotation. I'm going to sit with this little 10-game sample size, and I'm going to figure out these rotations and really try to figure out the best combination of players to be on the court. And we're going to have to start making some decisions very soon. We are a week into November, so around December, we're going to have a direction that we need to commit to. So I appreciate y'all. Don't forget, flood those comments with any post-game reactions for me to answer in the next press conference. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We out. Peace.